Hello, this is MrChabry. We are back. We have just got our first gym badge. What we're ready to do now is go back to the dreamyard to finish up some important mission stuff. Let's go ahead and make sure jalapeno is up front. I would like to level up jalapeno a little bit more. And we've already battled these trainers. The main thing you want to do is come up to this tree that you are now able to cut. If you remember on Route 2, I believe, there was that tree that you can cut now. You can backtrack if you would like. And it might be a good idea to do so you can grab some items, but Bianca will come up here and help you out. And you hear a sound coming from that wall? Let's go see. That person down there walked into frame at the oddest time. But Muna is up here. Now, I was talking about Muna just a second ago. This is a pure psychic type Pokemon. You can catch them in this field, the dreamyard. And you see the Team Plazma people coming around. And they're kicking the Muna trying to get the Dream Mist. So even though he just kicked the Muna, he's still giving the talking points of, we're here to liberate Pokemon. And he gives another kick just to prove how evil they are. So, it shows us that Team Plazma might not be so good-natured as we had hoped. Not as benevolent as we had thought. They might have some ulterior motives, and that's kind of hinted at here with them kicking a Pokemon after giving us a speech about how battles are bad because you hurt Pokemon when you put them in a Pokemon battle. Anyway, Patrat out here, not much of a threat. We've faced quite a few of these things. This guy has one Patrat. It knows the move Tackle, Leer, Bite, and Bide. Bide is the crazy move. If you are... Yeah, here we're going to see it. If you're able to knock this thing out before its Bide activates, well then that's fine. However, if you were to be unable to knock it out and you spent 2 turns trying to hit it, well, it would release that same damage back onto you, but twice as much. So Bite is actually a decent move on more defensive Pokemon that could take the hits. However, it's not something that you're wanting to rely on because it's just so hard to make sure that your Pokemon survives the hits required to do damage back. The next trainer is going to be this girl. She has a Purloin. The moves Scratch, Leer, Assist, and Sand Attack. Now, Assist isn't really going to be a threat because she doesn't have any other Pokemon. So you really want to make sure she doesn't hit you with those Sand Attacks. That's going to lower your accuracy, make it harder for you to do any damage. It's just going to make it a struggle. Alright, so you'll see Team Plasma still kicks the Muna. And then we see a flash. Ghetsis appears from the other side of the wall. What are you doing, goofing off? Another Ghetsis. We, Team Plasma, shall separate Pokemon from foolish people. Cannot fulfill your duties. This isn't Ghetsis. He's gathering followers, or he's trying to control people by tricking them with speeches. Yeah, this is Ghetsis when a plan has failed. He's about to issue a punishment. So we get to see a little behind the scenes. They use the word tricking people. That's kind of your big hint that, no, these people aren't actually trying to do good. They have ulterior motives. He's trying to trick people. Now Fennel comes back. She sees the Musharna here. Musharna, the evolved form of Muna. And both of these Pokemon are going to leave something behind. So what we learn is that Ghetsis was actually a hallucination created by the Dream Mist. that Muna put out there to make sure these Team Plazma grunts leave her alone. You can kind of walk around here. If you do want a Muna, it is available in this grass. There is an item that you can come up here and grab. Potions are always nice to have in bulk. You can see that you could also go this direction and grab a repel. Repels are highly important. Now, as we get later on in the game, repel will prevent wild Pokemon from attacking you. So you can walk through the tall grass without worrying. I'm going to go ahead and use this repel because it makes it so much quicker to get through some of these areas. And as you play through the game, you will get stronger repels. And once you get max repels, those things last a long time. But now what we can do is we can leave the dreamyard. We can come back later to do some things. You would also find other items back there, but I'm just going to go ahead and talk to Fennel. Remember, she's up here at the top floor. And with that Dream Mist, she's going to give you another item. This is the Sea Gear. Now, the thing about the Sea Gear is back in the day, this thing could connect to the internet. There's nothing to do with it nowadays. Because it's basically discontinued. It no longer connects to anything. You could probably still do the IR stuff, the infrared stuff with it. And one of those things is, she kind of talked about the Intralink. The Intralink, you can actually go into someone else's Pokemon Black or White version and see them in the overworld. And you can't really battle them or anything like that. Just some weird mission where you have to find them and give them an item. If I remember correctly. It's been a long time. I have not seen that feature used in a long time. Alright, so walking this way, this nice little fountain area. I do want to grab this item down here, a Great Ball. It's going to be pretty useful later on. I think there might be a hidden item here. I don't remember. Oh. Later on, you can find a item finder. And that'll help you find some of the hidden items that exist. Some areas you're going to need surf to get to, kind of like over there. But really what you want to do now is head north to Route 3. This right here, if you're breeding Pokemon, this will be very, very important. This is the daycare. If you put two Pokemon from the same egg group, they could breed and have little Pokemon. Now, there's ways that you can do that to make your Pokemon way better competitively. Now, that's something that takes time to do. But you can eventually get Pokemon that are just so powerful competitively. They can do a lot of work for you. Alright, so we've faced so many Lillipups, I don't really know what else to say about them. We've defeated them. And, you know, this one knows Tackle. It's bringing us down to Orange Health. So, Route 3. We are at a new route. And with that, there are some new Pokemon that we can find in the grass. If you're wanting an electric type, you can find a Blitzel. That is an electric type Zebra. It's decent. It's more of a physical attacker. You can also get Pidove, which is the Pidgey of Generation 5. You can see that once our HP hit the red, the music changed, and this is a feature of Generation 5. It has a specific type of music that plays whenever your Pokemon is low on health. It makes it more intense. Alright, Muna goes down with a lick. A Celery actually gets to level up here. I would like to go heal up. But you can see there's a bunch of little children in this little daycare area. So let's go ahead and heal up our Pokemon. You can always run right back to the Pokemon Center to do so. The Sea Gear, back in the day when it was able to connect online, you could do what was called the I totally forgot what it's called. My brain is just not thinking of the word. But the Dream World, I believe it's called. You could do Pokemon Dream World. And that is basically a place where you can send one of your Pokemon and they can just interact in the Dream World. You could find other Pokemon back in the day with that, and they would have their hidden abilities. Back in the day, that was called their Dream World abilities, because that was the only way to get those back in the day. Now, they're much more available with their hidden abilities. But, you know, back in Generation 5, if you wanted something that had a hidden ability, you relied on sending one of your Pokemon to the Dream World to find that Pokemon and then bring it back to your game. And they were highly sought after. They were highly sought after. I remember there was some people that were willing to trade their shinies for one Pokemon that I had with a dream ability. I do think I would like... Well, I'm going to just get rid of Tail Whip right now, because I don't know if attack or special attack is better on this specific jalapeno. But that'll give us some options. Tail Whip, I don't see us ever using that move. And it's not that much of a loss. We're going to go ahead and slide down the slide. Did I say slide down? I mean walk down the slide. Because the laws of physics. Anyway, let's kind of eyeball our jalapeno. Just kind of see what stat is turning out to be better. Looks like that attack stat is turning out better. So, I'm okay with that. Whenever we do get another attacking move, we could replace Ember. But for right now, Flame Charge is probably going to be our main go-to when it comes to our Fire-type move. So these two kids, they both have a Purloin. This is going to be your first double battle. So double battles are what it sounds like. Battles where both trainers send out two Pokemon. So this is actually the setup that are used in the actual competitions. So if you're wanting to do competitive battling eventually, this is the what you will need to learn how to do. We're going to go ahead and click Ember on that one. And it's honestly best in double battles, especially in-game double battles, to focus on one Pokemon. So that way it turns it into a battle of 2 versus 1. And it just makes it where the opponent really can't do much, because now you have 2 Pokemon on your side and it's just 1 on theirs. And most of the time they're not going to have moves that hit both of your Pokemon. Alright, so here we are, you know, destroying the dreams of little children that got their first Pokemon. They're wanting to be Great Pokemon Masters. We're over here destroying their dream. Anyway, Sharon is here waiting for you to take a step so he can challenge you to a Pokemon battle. And like I said before, he's going to use a Pokemon good against your starter. So he's going to lead off with the Oshawott. It's level 14. It actually knows the same moves as it knew before. Tackle, Tail Whip, Water Gun. It can't really do much to Celery. So we'll go ahead and go into Celery. Remember, once you knock this thing out, he does have a Purloin that knows Scratch, Growl, and Assist. You might think, let's go back to my starter, so that way I can get some experience on that. But you want to be careful with that, because if it gets an Assist in, it'll likely go for a Water Gun. Focus Energy is a move that's going to boost its critical hit chances. So the guy that I'm currently looking at obviously don't have that move listed. So whoever runs this website might want to do some, you know, editing. But anyway, Water Gun. Hopefully we don't get hit with a crit. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and get a few workups in. My Vine Whip did so little damage. It's insane. It shouldn't be that low of a damage output when it's a super effective move. So I think Celery really needs to get some more attacks boosted up. And we went to +2. Let's go ahead and Vine Whip here. And that should do the job at this point. Nice. There we go. Alright, Purloin. We faced this thing many times. It's not that much of a threat at this point. We'll just go ahead and Vine Whip it. Hoping at +2 we one-shot it. Not quite. We do get hit with a Sand Attack, which is actually not good. Sand Attack is terrible. It's going to make it where we're going to miss a few times probably. But luckily we don't, and we knock this thing out. Good, 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 good. And Fury Swipes. Not the greatest move, really. It does little damage, and it's only got 80 accuracy. It can hit 5 times in a row. And if you're lucky to get 5 hits in a row, well, then that's actually a decent payoff, but I prefer something that is more guaranteed damage output wise. Alright, so now that we've done that, we're going to see, oh, here comes Team Plazma once again. Annoying little fellers. We've already dealt with them with Bianca. Now it's time to deal with them with Sharon. Bianca over here telling us that those specific Team Plazma members stole a Pokemon from a young child. Like, how petty does your crime team have to be that they're willing to steal Pokemon from little children? You know, it can't be that great of a Pokemon. Anyway, we're going to step up here and grab this item. I think my Repel should still be activated. I must have ran out of Repel. But anyway, this is Pidove, like I said, the Pidgey of this generation. Pretty cool Pokemon. I'm going to grab this item, which is a Super Potion. Better than Potion, it's Super Potion. I'm going to walk this way just for a little bit. There are a few items along the way. But the main thing you want to do is step into what's called Wellspring Cave. We're going to go ahead and step inside. Now you can see here a double battle. This is going to be your first time doing a double battle with an ally. So before you did a double battle with yourself. Actually, no, this isn't a double battle. I misspoke. This is a battle where you're battling one and he's battling another. This would have been a good place to introduce double battles if I was designing this game, just because A, you've already fought a double battle just right before this, and B, that really adds to the gameplay if, you know, You step in here now. Oh, look, we're in a double battle. That shows us that we're working together to defeat Team Plazma. Anyway, we get some speed boost. Jalapeno is almost going to level up. Not quite level up. Wait, don't need to return it. Oh, and then new Team Plazma grunts come out. Alright, so I think this might have been the double battle I was thinking of. This might have been it, right? Yeah, okay, this is what I was thinking of. So double battle, so yeah, game development, you were introduced, now you're here, double battle time. Sharon will always lead off with that Pokemon good against your starter. Here we are with our 2 starters. I'm going to click Flame Charge just because Flame Charge is such a good move on our Jalapeno. And luckily, I clicked the one Patrat that did not click Detect. Detect is a move that's going to prevent you from doing any sort of damage. Detect and Protect are pretty much the same move, just different verbiage. Alright, that one's going to go for Bide now. I'm going to finish off this Patrat so it becomes a battle of 2 versus 1. Get a nice speed boost. And I'm hoping Oshawott does quite a bit of damage here. I think that should be enough that we can one-shot it from this range. But if we're not able, then we're going to get hit with a nasty, nasty Bide. Alright, and that will be enough. Good. Even if we weren't able, I'm pretty certain that Sharon would have been able to. Now, in this area, there are a few Pokemon that you should have access to now. You're going to have access to Roggenrola and Woobat. If you were wanting a Psychic-type Pokemon and you decided, oh, I don't think I want Woobat, well, then Roggenrola would be a great Pokemon for you. Or no, Woobat would be a great Pokemon for you. Sorry, Roggenrola is pure Rock-type. That's a decent Pokemon as well. Has good attack and good defense. And you really can't do much else besides find those 2 specific Pokemon in here. I was actually wanting to catch myself a Roggenrola, so that's what I'm going to actually do. I think adding Roggenrola to my team would be very beneficial. I don't want to do something that does too much damage to it. So I'm just going to click Ember. And I think I should be able to catch it from this range. At least guaranteed to catch it with a Great Ball. All right, nice. All right, so now we have our Rock-type Pokemon. And, you know, like I said, it's good attack, good defense. And I want to name this thing Avocado. All right, nice. I really don't think there's much else in terms of items that we can get this instant. You will need Surf later on to move around. But I think for right now, we're going to go ahead and exit. You can find Drillbur in here if you wait for dust clouds to appear. And, oh, here's that Woobat I was talking about. This is actually a very fast flying Psychic type. It's actually really good. It's actually a decent Pokemon. But like I said, Dust Clouds will be Drillbur. Eventually, I do want to catch Drillbur. But I think at this point, I want to kind of work on the Pokemon I've got right now. So, we might go back in and catch Drillbur next time, because it would be good to have that on the team if I'm planning to use it. But if you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in the next Pokemon video.